The Omaha 2 Report. I'm Michael Richardson. The Omaha 2 are Black Panther leaders Ed Poindexter and Mondo Ilanga, formerly David Rice. Both men are serving life sentences in the Nebraska State Penitentiary for the 1970 bombing murder of Omaha policeman Larry Menard. FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover had entered the case to find Menard's killer, but instead issued an order withholding a report on the identity of the killer. Lincoln attorney Robert Bartle explains.
The whole COINTELPRO operation under the late J. Edgar Hoover's administration was unknown to the folks at the time. The whole COINTELPRO focus on Ed and Mondo and their efforts toward, at the time, Rice and Poindexter, and to discredit them in the eyes of the Omaha community were a separate conspiratorial operation that was not known to either Ed or Mondo, or for that matter anybody on the defense team at the time. All that emerged in the 80s. It is very germane to the issue at hand, in particular with respect to the young actor, the 15-year-old confessed co-conspirator Dwayne Peak, who was only 16 at the time of trial and who never did anything more than a juvenile offense conviction in connection with his admitted participation in the bomb. We know from documents introduced at trial that the COINTELPRO program and the auspices under that, such as the cooperation of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms at the federal level, as well as the FBI at the federal level, offered assistance to the Omaha Police Department once they knew that targets in the investigation were the same as COINTELPRO targets, Rice and Poindexter, in analyzing the subject 911 tape. There is undisputed testimony by both the defense and the prosecution in this case that the anonymous telephone call, the 911 telephone call that lured Officer Menard to the Ohio Street address and to his death was made by a caller and recorded at the time, and was tape recorded, and a snippet of that tape preserved for Omaha Police Department use at the time, although never disclosed to the defense. That tape was offered for analysis by FBI agents in coordination with Glenn Gates, then the Omaha Police Department chief official, to be analyzed. And then for whatever reason, later on, there are FBI memorandum that indicate, well, we're not going to do the voice analysis, the forensic analysis, because of what we believe would be results that could prejudice the prosecution in the cases against Rice and Poindexter at the time. Well, in the context of our forensic evidence, that the voice on the 911 tape is not that of Dwayne Peak, or at least by a highly regarded national expert, not that of Dwayne Peak. The fact that the tape was withheld from the defense at the time, the tape recording of the call, and the fact that the FBI, under the auspices of the COINTELPRO program, while first offering to do a voice analysis, retreated from that position and said, we don't want to do a voice analysis because it may, quote, prejudice the prosecution, we believe is critical information.
Ed Poindexter and Mondo Ilanga remain imprisoned for 40 years in the Nebraska State Penitentiary.